Good evening. Over the past few months, IDF forces in the Shin Bet are fighting in Khan Younis, the capital of Hamas in southern Gaza. We can see in the map here. The Khan Younis of overground with crowded neighborhoods, high residential buildings. At the beginning of this month, we arrested relatives, first circle of relatives of Hamas's leadership in Gaza, also from Sinwar's close environment for involvement in terror activity. The arrested have been transferred for interrogation of the Shin Bet. Among them are the father of a senior Hamas commander. They delivered a lot of information in the interrogation. And there is the Khan Younis of underground, a maze of underground tunnels of dozens of kilometers in dozens of meters underground. In recent months, we operate a unique method of fighting, maneuvering overground and underground simultaneously with advanced technology and intelligence led by the 98th unit. This is built up of a number of tunnels. Some tunnels are headquarters that serve as a hideout for Hamas leaders, and some tunnels enable terrorists to flee from one area of Gaza to another, where we can find the strategic underground facility of the organization, dozens of meters underground, to serve the leaders of Hamas, managing the war, the holding of hostages, the holding of funds and intelligence. We are locating most of them. We've reached most of them. We'll continue to research in the area and locate the others. Under the operation of the IDF and the Shin Bet, we took over a compound under the cemetery in Beni Suhila, in Khan Younis, where there were bedrooms of Hamas operatives and an office of the Eastern office of Hamas, where they managed the attack on October 7th. We also took over a compound where hostages were held in different times, and we published this information. In recent days, in activity of special units, we've exposed dozens of meters underground of a tunnel in which we also found a video from a CCTV Hamas video where we located Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar escaping with his children and one of his wives through the tunnels led by his brother Ibrahim Sinwar. In the footage from October 7th, from the start of the war, this is how he fled together with his family to one of the safe zones that he built in advance. The locating of this footage is part of our race. This will not end until we catch him, dead or alive. We're determined to locate him, and we will do so. We also reached a compound where he stayed together with other Hamas leaders hiding underground as the fighting goes on above his head. They were there in good conditions with food and facilities next to safes with millions of shekels and dollars in cash. We are close to dismantling Hamas's military ability in Khan Younis. We locate and eliminate terrorists together with special units of ground and armored forces. We continue to interrogate them at the Shin Bet and expose more and more intelligence most importantly, is information about the hostages in order to receive decisions and prepare operations, like the operation that we executed last night. Beyond that, it is important for us to find the information about the leadership of Hamas. This information, together with other findings, exposes other compounds. Even tonight, we continue to search and operate in Khan Younis. I wish to clarify, such footage is not what is really important. What is important is the intelligence that we expose. What is important is that this would enable us to reach the leaders of Hamas and the hostages. We are determined to reach them. This evening, we do not forget the 134 hostages being held in Hamas captivity. We think about you all the time. We operate around the clock with all the efforts to bring you home. And we will not stop until we will succeed in doing so. In the north, in the Northern Command, in the recent day, IDF forces by air and by ground eliminated 9 terrorists in Lebanese territory. We'll continue to hurt with all our force the abilities of Hezbollah and push it from the border area. Every Hezbollah terrorist should know that if he tries to operate against the state of Israel, he will be attacked. He will not be immune. We've located a number of launches towards Israeli territory out of Lebanon. To our regret, in one of those launches, 2 civilians were injured, a mother and a son seriously wounded. We will continue to operate decisively in the northern border to return safety. This footage is from 4 months ago. What is the meaning of this footage if it was taken 4 months ago? What do we know today about his location? We did not think 4 months ago that we will operate underground. We avoided doing so. We thought we will only do so if something happens to one of the fighters and we need to reach him because he was abducted into a shaft during the fighting. We understood during the war that we need to develop methods because Hamas is built on running the war underground, and therefore this activity teaches us on our activity at the highest quality. We locate and kill terrorists underground, and in this case also locate a lot of information. The operation that we executed a few days ago in the northern part of the Gaza Strip is thanks to interrogations of terrorists that we located both overground and underground. We collected a lot of information, a lot of data. There is an operation, an intelligence of operation that breaks down all that information and sends us for new operations. Top priority is hostages, and second top priority is the leadership of Hamas. In this case, it shows our qualities. Hamas did not imagine that we will operate underground. He did not imagine we will reach these compounds and we will stay there as much as we do. This is how most of them stayed alive until now. They did not think we will go underground. We need to reach a situation in which this intelligence, the footage is not important. The intelligence, including things that we would not publish. This intelligence must serve us to kill the leaders of Hamas and rescue our hostages. I do not wish to address his status today.